Nice 3-0 win. Take us through that first half, and Wanvi, getting a quartet of saves, and then offense putting it home in the second.
Yeah, I think when you look at the game, I think we were able to do a lot of the things that we wanted to do. We were able to possess the ball. We were able to control the game. So, for one, I'm really proud of the guys. We come off a difficult situation with FGCU, with the weather, the game starting, stopping, that was tough. And so for us to come back today and get our focus back and put in a really good effort and a really good performance, it's good. We're for us, it's moving in the right direction every single week. We have a lot of new players, and to see them start to have a better understanding of how we want to play and to produce a performance like that is really good.
Kind of going off that understanding, it seemed like it was a lot more fluid offensively, just moving the ball, a lot more comfortable in possession, knowing where guys are going to be. This, like you've said before, this offense, this system takes time to learn, but does it seem like you're turning a corner now?
Yeah, we're getting better, and so it's credit to the work the guys are putting in, credit to our staff who's kind of every day working with players, watching video, looking at the details of everything that we're looking to do, and over time, we hope to get significantly better even from this point. But we're at a kind of good starting point now for us to we're getting close to conference time now, so that's what we're really preparing for, is trying to get ourselves to the right level before we start conference.
Wanvi with the clean sheet, what did you like about his performance today?
Yeah, in particular, in the first half, I felt like when Wanvi had the ball at his feet, we were able to play out and not have to play long. And the center backs were working hard to get on the ball with midfield players and our outside backs to try to control the game and build up in the way that we want to. As the game went on, towards the end, I thought we had to go long, and that didn't work as well. And then the ball ended up pretty much back down our throat. So for the most part, good performance, but we have to consistently do it throughout the entire game. So good performance. He's doing well, and we still have room to grow.
I'm looking at Mauricio Villalobos.
Yeah.
Getting my Mauricio's mixed up. Man of the match performance. He seemed to be just about everywhere in the offense. Kind of threw him at the 6 a couple times, and he was moving things from there. Let's kind of talk about the importance of having a player like him within the middle of the park, kind of pulling the strings.
Yeah, I think he settles us down and helps us even when we're under pressure, because a lot of times in the middle midfield, you're receiving the ball, you're marked, right? You're almost never free. In that game, there were always players around him. He's able to be calm, pick out the right option, to offer an option to players who are under pressure. And I think when Mauricio gets his head up and plays really quickly, we start to tick. And you see the other players starting to also develop that relationship with each other. So you see AJ and Mao and Oscar. Josiah came in, had an amazing game for us. Owen came in today, was excellent as a right back for us. So I think there's a lot of positives from the group, and I think when you talk about Mao specifically, he really helps settle us.
Talking to Mao after the North Florida game, he mentioned the team was living on the edge and living on the edge before, and that little differences in those type of games can change the outcome. What about this game contrasts with that North Florida game?
I think we were more patient. I think if you're willing to move the ball 2, 3, 4 times without having to go forward, then the opponent starts to get a little frustrated, right? Then maybe they don't cover the ground that they otherwise would. If you just move it once and then you go forward, they're usually in a good position. So I think the fact that we were willing and able to move the ball side to side before we tried to go forward, I think that opened up some spaces for us. And then even there were times when we would play forward, but it's not on to continue to play forward, and we come back out and we switch it again, and then you find that there's space on the other side, or spaces start to open up in the middle. So I think that was a big part of our ability to control the game.
You've talked about each game building upon itself. What's something you take from the Florida Gulf Coast game that you could take out of that and apply to this game?
The most important thing we took from the Florida Gulf Coast game is that you have to pay attention to what matters. And if you get distracted by a referee, if you get distracted by a weather situation, if you get distracted by your opponent fouling you, and then you stop focusing on what you need to do in the game, then this is when things start to fall apart. And I think there were moments in that FGCU first half, because we only got about 38 minutes, where we were not paying attention to what was most important. And that allowed FGCU to have more success in the game than should have been possible.
Scott, you've talked about a lot of the players that kind of stepped up in roles today.
Yeah.
It becomes a good problem to have when you have so many players that are able to play the position, play the role that you want them to,
Yeah.
but there's not enough minutes to go around. Just kind of talk a little bit about how you go about it as coach and trying to figure out this team still very early on in the season.
Yeah, I think there's competition, and that what you're saying is true. Right? Everybody wants the 90 minutes. Everybody wants to play every game, and that's just not. It's not likely. But the good thing about college soccer is you can rotate, and because now I think we've really developed this roster that is deep, we can have players fresh for every game, so there can be legitimate rotation of our team, but there's also competition for spots. And so I think competition is really important. I think competition makes people better, and one person starting to perform, putting pressure on someone who had maybe been accustomed to starting, I think is a really good thing for this group.
Speaking of competition, you added a new face into that today with Clement. You got him in for a few minutes. Can you just talk to us about his first performance of the night and as a night and what you saw out of him?
Yeah, I think it's a really tough set of circumstances for him to go in, because he is hardly trained with the team. He doesn't know our system. He didn't have the benefit of a preseason. So he was a person that came in quite late. So working him into the team is not easy. So I thought when he went in, I thought he was very good. And you could see he is technical, can settle the game down. In certain ways, probably a lot like Mauricio. And I'm excited to see what he's capable of doing. So it's very early for him. And I think when he learns our system and kind of develops more relationships with the players on the field, then I think we're going to see even different version, a much different version than what you saw tonight.
You protect your home turf. Now you've got a West Coast game. You're going to be road warriors in September.
Yeah.
It's important for you to get off to a good start out west.
Oh, agree. I think, tonight builds confidence. The UNF game builds confidence, and then now that takes us to get on the road and play on the road. But I think we're ready for that now. I think these last couple games have helped us to get to a level where now we can go on the road and be successful. And I think we historically have done really well on the road. Last year, we were probably better on the road than we were at home. In fact, I know we were better on the road than we were at home. So I think that comes down to also that's attention, right? When you're on the road, you can really focus on the opponent with maybe a little less distraction. So I'm excited for us to get on the road.
Does the timing of that game where it falls on the schedule, you think it comes at a good time?
I think so. I think the fact that we were able to rotate tonight and got a lot of minutes from a lot of different players sets us up to be more ready in that trip as well. College soccer's funny that you have games and within 72 hours, 96 hours of each other, which basically only allows you to recover and then do some level of preparation, but not a whole lot of preparation on the field. A lot of the preparation now is video, and there's not a lot of work that can be done on the field. So I'm excited for us to play this game, and then of course conference play is pretty quickly comes after that.
I'm going to ask you about Zane. Seemed to take a good step in the right direction with some of his defensive play. Looked a bit more comfortable and a bit more aggressive in terms of some of the challenges he was getting into. Just talk a little bit about his play.
Yeah, I thought Zane was really good tonight, and showed a lot more confidence on the ball as well, and patience willingness to go side to side if that's what it took to start to open them up. So, I think Zane is a player who, as he gains confidence within our team, we're going to see a better and better version of Zane. And this is a new system for Zane, different from the other teams that he had played with in terms of what's expected of center backs and the ability for center backs to maybe carry the ball into the midfield. It's not something that's every system has as part of what's expected. So, I think Zane's really starting to grow and become accustomed to our system and what's asked of center backs. I think he's going to do really well. He's also a very smart player. Takes information really well.
Now Gino and Luca have taken a lot of the spotlight, with Mao getting 2 assists tonight, the goal last game. Gino and Luca, no introduction. Who would you say this season has really impressed you that maybe not a lot of Night Nation might know about just yet?
I would say when you look at what I can say is there are players that are improving. I think that's the best way to put it. I think Oscar is improving every game, and I think that's good. I think Zane's another person that's improving. I think Owen tonight showed what he's capable of coming on as a right back. I thought he was so solid, both sides of the ball. So, I think there are players within our team that are really starting to develop and improve, and that's the most important thing. And that's our focus all the time, is just get a little bit better from game to game. And I think we're making bigger strides than just a little bit better. I think we're making big strides game to game.
All right, good. Thanks.
Good?
Yep.
All right.
I think really happy with the win. First of all, I think brings a lot of confidence to the team. More getting closer to conference. We're trying to build the team into a lot of chemistry levels between us, and I think today was a big step in that. So we've been working since yesterday on trying to get what we wanted today, which was having the ball a lot and be a threat on top. So I think we're really happy with the work we put on today.
What did you guys do better than you did in that canceled game on Friday?
I think the togetherness, a lot of communication between us in the field. I think Friday was a little bit weird. We were like on the mindset that we were gonna start at one time, and then we were off a little bit, and then coming out again. It takes you a little bit distracted, and I think we were a little bit off on Friday. But I mean, we just flipped the page, and I think we just move on from it, and now we got the win today. We're really happy about it.
That's the kind of adversity, though, that you might see over the course of the season, weather delays and those sorts of things. You have to respond to them.
100%, and I think that's one of the things that makes teams stronger. We were really disappointed about not playing, but I think everybody was like upset in the moment. We move on, and today we put the performance. We didn't got stuck on the mindset of being on Friday. We move on, and now we got the win, so I'm really happy about that.
Can you take me through that goal there? You had Mal set you up for the assist early on in the game. How important was it for you to get that goal?
I think it was really special to start the season with a goal and with an assist with Mao. He's like a brother to me outside of the field. We always talk about movements outside, and I think it was a great pass from him. And for me, I'm really happy about it. To help the team brings a lot of confidence to everyone, and for me personally, so really happy about that.
You guys had multiple chances in the first half. You at least had to feel confident going into the half that you had those scoring opportunities, and you might be able to break open a little bit more in the second half.
Yeah, I think that was a missing piece in the first half. We had a lot of chances, and we wanted to put more in the goal, but we couldn't. So I think that was key on halftime to a little bit of improve those details, and it was a total different result in the second half. We became more of a threat.
You got the one goal, but you also had 4 shots, 3 of which were on goal. You had a bunch of opened up a bunch of chances for yourself tonight. Can you talk about how you kind of decide how you pick your shots and how you manage to get them on goal as much as you have?
I think in our team on top, whoever plays in the on top positions has to have that creativity of looking for opportunities to create a chance for yourself or for a teammate. So I think it's something that it's a characteristic of our team on top, and if it would have been me, it would have been somebody else. So I think it's something that we look forward to.
How have you seen the confidence grow with Juan?
I think he's been better every game. He's a great guy off the field, and I think he has a lot of communication in the field, which helps a lot of confidence, great stuff with the ball on his feet. So I think he's gonna keep growing more and more, and he has so much room for improvement. So he's a big asset for us.
You see him developing more leadership skills out on the field?
100%. it's crazy to see him now being confident in English. You know, he's not his primary language, so I think that's him getting out of his comfort zone to help us in the field, and that's something really big for us.
You talk about Mao and how he's a brother to you. He got 2 assists tonight. He had that heads-up moment in the North Florida game. Talk to me about how much it means to you that he came back for a 5th year and how important he is for the success of this team.
Well, for me, it makes me really happy and proud about him. I've known him for 5 years, and I've seen the work he's put on, and it's no surprise what he's doing right now. The work he puts in, the leadership he has, the quality he has on the field. He's top player, top guy, and I think that he's gonna keep helping us and having more of those stats with us.
You get the win at home now. You go on the road. You got a long West Coast trip. What's going to be important to come out of that one?
I think just stick to our principles. These games are the ones that we gotta stick to what we're trying to build into conference, and we're just looking forward to it. We're gonna look at the scout of UC Irvine and go from there.
In what ways is the road match more challenging than being at home?
Well, for me, I've never been out in the West Coast, so that's gonna be a challenge. I'm looking forward to it. I think for a lot of guys in the team too, so that's gonna be an experience. And I think it's gonna be take care of our bodies, recover, rest, eat well, and just take care of our studies and be ready for Friday.
What did you do better today than say you did in that North Florida match, and what do you want to take with you from today on to the West Coast?
I think the more we play, the more chemistry we build between us. There's a bunch of new guys in our team, and it takes time to build and get them know what our identity is in the field, what the coaches are trying to tell us, the ideas, the togetherness that we have in the field. It's not easy. So I think each game that goes on, we get more and more of that, and I think that's what was the difference before, and now we gotta keep going.
Really happy, really satisfied for the performance of the team. I think it's very important to win at home and make a statement that we want to protect our field and we want to protect our kingdom. And on the assists, really happy I could help the team with 2 assists today. I think regaining possession and moving the ball forward was key today. And I think we were really lethal in those moments. And so really happy I could help the team with the assist and really happy we could get the victory today.
It's still early in the season, but how do you see confidence growing amongst your teammates match to match?
I think it's growing every game. I think confidence is very important, and we're going to need it for sure for the rest of the season. And I think confidence is something you build, so you need game after game after game to build that. And I think today was a huge step to gain our confidence, for players to gain their confidence as well. Players maybe haven't a lot of minutes yet, and they got a decent amount of minutes today. So I think it helps the team and it helps everyone be ready for all the challenges that we have next.
Can you talk about the chemistry you have with your goal scorers? Because you've managed to set up both Gino and Luca for goals today. So can you talk about that?
Well, I've been playing with them already for the past 2 years, so I think time is key in building chemistry. And I feel really comfortable playing with Gino, playing with Luca. I think I understand them really well. And I was happy I was in the right spots, in the right moments today to set them up for success, and hopefully we can keep improving and keep playing better game after game.
Speaking of confidence, how do you see Juanvi's confidence growing match to match?
It's unbelievable. I think Juanvi has been even though it's early in the season, I think he's been a key part of our team so far, and I for sure know he's going to be really important for the rest of the season. And even him and other players, especially new players in the team, they've all adapted really well. And so I think they are really important, and we need them for sure for the rest of the season.
And he's responded to the challenge on the field, clean sheet today.
100%. That's something we wanted to grow as a team, is how we take pride in the clean sheets. And I think even though we were winning 3-0 today, we always wanted that clean sheet no matter what, and we're happy that we got it today.
You said that the team was living on the edge during the North Florida game. How would you contrast your performance today to the North Florida game, and how would you say the team improved?
I think we also lived on the edge today when it was 1-0. They had a couple of chances where they could tie the game. So I think we've become a stronger team when we have to live in the edge, when we have to live in those fragile moments where the game can go one way or the other. And I think that's something we've improved from last season, and I think we can keep getting better. But I mean, we were for sure on the edge today. But then we got to manage the second goal, the third goal, and then we found a little bit more of peace in the game. But I think that's something we have to get better at, and we were getting better at for sure.
What do you think you need to do to come out of this West Coast trip, this California game at the end of next week with a victory?
I mean, I think we got to treat it as every other game. There's obviously a factor of traveling, of the time difference, but I mean, at the end of the day, we're going to be 11v11 on a soccer field, just as we did today, just as we did last week. So I think we got to keep doing what we believe in, stick to our fundamentals, to our principles, take care of our bodies, and just get ready for the game.
How can a challenge of a game like that set you up for the beginning of what will be more competitive even in conference play?
Yeah, I mean, conference is around the corner, so I think the UCF game is going to be really important for us. It's going to be a great preparation game, and at the same time, as always, we want to compete and we want the victory. So I think it's going to be a really, really good game where we're going to face challenges, we're going to face a good opposition, and it's going to be a great preparation for our conference.
What do you as an individual and the team do well at today that you really want to make sure you take with you out west?
I think we were able to, when we regained possession today, keep the ball. I think last games we were a little bit rushing a lot going in from transition to transition. And I think today we were able to find that calm, put the ball on the ground, keep possession, and then stay loyal to our style of play. So I think that's something we got better at today from the past games, and something we want to keep for the next games.
Cool. All right. Thanks, man.